Your news, current affairs, and public service channel, Margo TV Philippines, live.
Okay, good morning sa inyo po lahat, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, and to all our listeners and viewers abroad dahil online broadcast po tayo, kaya marami tayong makakapanood sa atin, and not only here in the Philippines but all over the world. Okay? Again, guys, good morning to all of you and hoping that all of you guys are safe and sound. And tayo po ay magkakasama ng 30 minutes po dito sa ating programang Usapang Kabayan. So by the way, topic po natin ngayon ay tungkol sa online. Since online broadcast po tayo, ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ay tungkol sa online franchising. Guys, napupulol ako. Online franchising, okay? Ano po ba ang online franchising? By the way, before anything else, sa lahat po sana nang nanonood sa atin or nakikinig, please don't forget to like, follow, and share ang aming social media dito po sa Margo TV Philippines, ang aming Facebook account at YouTube account, as well as yung pong partner po natin, the Philippine Event News TV, yung kanilang Facebook account and of course their YouTube account, especially yung Facebook page po nila. Okay? Now, pag-usapan po natin ngayon ang online franchising. Ano po ba ang online franchising? Okay? So, base po dun sa aking pagsasaliksik o pagre-research, ito po ay you can operate entirely online. So, ibig sabihin, wala kang any physical or anything, usually purely online po ito. So, instead of a physical business, ito po ay more on online. Okay? So, wala po meron man kayong staff, may mga staff po kayo, pero very limited. Okay? And you can operate on digital storefront that greatly reduces overhead costs and other potential expenses that can create issues for other businesses. So, ibig sabihin ng online franchising, it's more on online. Like for example, ano po ba mga online franchising sa ngayon? Actually po, may bago po tayo ngayon na online. Usually, ito po ay sabihin natin sa mga pagkain. Actually, may mga bago na po ngayon online franchising. Okay? Example na lang sa mga pagkain. Like, for example, siguro siomai or ano pa ba, pares, yung mga ganon. So, paano po ba ito ino-operate ang online franchise? Usually po kasi ito, mas mababa ang kanilang kapital. Okay? Pag online franchise kasi it's more on online. Walang masyadong staff. Sabihin natin isa o dalawang staff lang ang pwede nilang gamitin. Or minsan, kung sino yung owner, yun din yung, kumbaga parang operator nila. So all you have to do is just to send the code. Mag-i-invest ka ng certain small amount. Say, sabihin natin, nag-online franchise ka ng worth 20,000, for example, sa isang food cart, for example. Pero wala yung physical store. Okay? It's more on online, sabi ko nga. So yan, pag nag-invest ka dyan, and then magpapadala sila ng code sa'yo, and then that certain code, yun naman po ang isi-share po ninyo sa public. Okay? So, yan po yung kagandahan po ng online franchise. Ibig sabihin, less cost, konti ang kapital, less overhead expenses. Okay? Now, pag-usapan po natin naman ang online business. Ano naman po ang kaibahan ng online business sa online franchise? So, base sa aking research, the online business is a business conducted entirely on the internet. Online business may comprises selling of goods, services, or products like, for example, ano-ano po ba yung mga online businesses? Like for example, yung mga online platforms na nakalagay po dyan, Hindi ko na po babanggitin yung mga popular na sabihin nating online shopping platform. The usual na, kasi pag binanggit ko po yun, it's one way of advertising them. Okay? So may mga online platform po tayo kung saan tayo pwedeng bumili ng mga apparel, mag-order ng pagkain, ano pa ba? Pwede tayo mag-order ng food, ng mga sapatos, anything, gadgets, 'di ba, appliances. So marami po sila. Okay? So ibig sabihin ng online business, it's more on online. Nakalagay sa isang social media platform kung saan andun ang bentahan po ng iba't ibang item. While for the online franchise, you are investing or sabihin nating nangangapital tayo to a certain brand of product. Kumbaga meron siyang certain name, for example, na kung saan yun yung franchise mo. Kumbaga bumili ka ng prangkisa. Okay? So yun yung certain business po ninyo. Like for example, nag-franchise ka ng isang food cart, 'di ba? That's online franchise. Kaya lang since online franchising siya, wala siyang physical store. Now, for the online business, ito po yung makikita po ninyo sa mga social media platform na madalas po natin ino-orderan. Alam niyo na po siguro in your mind na yung platform po na yon, andun po lahat. That's online. Kung saan kayo bumibili, okay, bumibili ng inyong clothing, apparel, ano pa, goods, any other goods or services, o kaya naman pagkain, 'di ba, gadgets, appliances, so forth and so on. Okay? So, and the next one is, can you have an online franchise? Or ano-ano po ba ang mga benepisyo nito ng online franchising? Okay? Ano ba ang benepisyo po nito? So, ibig sabihin, for online franchise, we are utilizing the power of internet. Okay? The online franchising are also evolving model that allows businesses to reach customers anywhere, anytime, rather than offering in-person expertise and support in clients. Online franchises will instead complete all communication with their customers either online or over the phone. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, purely, to cut it short, para maintindihan po natin, this is more on online. Or, meron po siyang certain code na isinishare po tayo. Pag kinlik po natin yon, for example, ako, nag-invest ako ng isang online food cart business. It's online. Wala po siyang physical store. Okay? Ang gagawin ko lang po sa inyo para makapagbenta po ako or mai-promote ko po yung aking online franchise is yung certain code ko po na yon, i-share ko po sa aking mga friends, relatives, or sa public para if ever pag kinlik po ninyo yon, doon po ninyo makikita yung lahat ng mga iba't ibang klaseng packs, or let's say kung gusto po ninyo mag-order sa akin ng a certain food na nakalagay po doon sa code ko, yun. So, doon po kayo po pwedeng mag-order. So, ibig sabihin, wala po akong physical store, lesser ang aking overhead expenses, wala akong masyadong staff, or sabihin natin, ako lang nag-share sa inyo. So, pwedeng a one-month, kumbaga one-month store. 'Di ba? So, yan po yung advantage naman ng online franchising. Okay? And another one, yun na nga, ulitin ko, number one is hindi ka na kailangan mag-stock pa kapag meron kang business na online franchising. No, you don't need to stock. Okay? And of course, they offer flexibility. Very flexible po ito. You'll save money. Okay? Ibig sabihin, lesser yung iyong expenses kasi lesser ang iyong capital. Okay? Kapag online franchise. And then you can go part online, or if you like, you can go also on physical, for example, or you can also go on hybrid, di ba? And then, at the same time, you can still hire staff, pero lesser na. Like for example, kung let's say, food cart ka, sabihin natin meron kang 2 o 3 location, you hire 6 employees. So ibig sabihin per location may 2 kang staff per location. So kung naka-online ka, pwedeng on your own, or pwedeng meron kang karelyebo lang, pwede lang 2 lang kayo. So isa lang yung iyong papasweldohin. Okay? And the rest is your own profit na. And then, you'll get fantastic business support. Of course, syempre, kapag online franchise, syempre may mga support yan from their management. Like for example, yung mga advertising support, promotions, di ba? And of course, kung ano man yung mga PR and promotions nila, kung let's say may advertisement sila online, or let's say billboard, kasama ka rin. So ang kagandahan lang nito is maliit ang kapital, maliit ang expenses, at madaling i-manage. Yun nga, number 2, they are very flexible. Okay? Next, ano ba ang difference ng between online and offline? Okay? So, bago ko i-discuss ito, itong ating sa ating yung ating the other one tech. Yes, yan, pwede yan. Kasi natapos na tayo ng advantage and disadvantage of online. So, what is the difference between online and offline franchise? Okay. So, whatever kind of business you get into, there are 3 factors, okay, which you should always be in mind, or your priority. Okay. Number 1, it should be personally satisfying. Okay. Dapat nag-enjoy ka. Dapat nasasatisfy ka whenever you start a business. Dapat yung business na gusto mong umpisahan, gusto mo. Okay? Hindi sa ibig sabihin na gusto mo siya dahil gusto mong kumita. No. Mas maganda kung umpisahan mo ang isang negosyo na talagang gusto mo, it's your passion. Okay? Kasi pag passion mo ang isang negosyo, hindi mo ma-feel yung kapaguran, or hindi ka magsasawa agad-agad. Okay? So that's one tip. Second is, it should be profitable. Of course, siyempre lahat po ng negosyo natin kailangan profitable. Kailangan kumikita po tayo. Kasi or else, hindi tayo magsusustain. Hindi tayo tatagal if ever hindi siya profitable or hindi ka kumikita. Okay? That's the bottom line of having a business. Kailangan profitable siya. Number 3, ideally, it should not put you at risk of being imprisoned. What's that? Anong ibig sabihin yan? Ibig sabihin po nun is that dapat yung negosyo mo, dapat precautious ka rin, or maingat ka rin, lalong-lalo na sa pag-i-issue ng, sabihin nating cheque, di ba? Usually dapat talaga kapag may negosyo ka, ingatan mo yung iyong credibility, or yung, ano bang tawag doon? Credibilidad, di ba, in Tagalog? O yung pagtitiwala sa iyo ng iyong mga suppliers. Okay? Pag nag-issue ka ng cheque, like for example, ikaw, isa kang negosyante at nag-issue ka ng cheque, at ito ay sabihin natin 7 days sa PDC check. Dapat yun, pag nag-issue ka ng cheque, dapat yun, siguraduhin mo may pondo yun. Or else, tatalbog yun, and then later on, syempre, mati-charge ka into estafa pag hindi mo siya naayos. Okay? So, see to it na yung ini-issue mong check or ini-issue mong payment sa yung supplier is of in good faith. Okay? Kasi number 1 dyan is lalong-lalo na sa mga suppliers para makuha mo yung kanilang pagtitiwala is syempre kung ano yung sinabi mong date kung kailan ka magbabayad, see to it na mababayaran mo yon on time. Okay? Para sa susunod, may pagtitiwala sila ulit sa iyo. So, dapat lahat yan, yung lahat ng transaction mo must be in good faith. Okay? Now, if you can only meet one of the 3 criteria, yun nga, yung 3, ano ba yung mga 3 criteria na yon? Ito yung personally satisfying, profitable, and you should not put you at risk for being in prison. Kung isa lang doon ang mamimit mo for that criteria, better yet not to, kumbaga, wag mong ituloy ang iyong pagnenegosyo. Bakit? Kasi hindi ka magiging successful. Okay? So, kailangan yon, yung tatlo na yon, ma-comply mo. Okay? In order for you to be successful. Especially yung number 2. Kasi yung number 2, it should be profitable. Okay? Now, it's time to take a look at the same time of the differences and similarities between online and offline business. So we can decide if running an online business is the best option for you. Sinasabi nila that some businesses simply don't work as online businesses. So some businesses should advertise online and have an online presence, but only some are actually work on an online businesses. Any kind of business that requires you to be physically present in a particular geographic location at particular times on a regular basis is not suitable to be operated as a purely online business. While on the other hand, there is almost nothing that can be done as an online business that could not just as easily to do offline. So the advantage of being online is that you can greatly extend your market, reaching a global audience of billions. Okay. Example na mga businesses that you cannot do it online. Okay. Example, parlor or salon. Hindi mo pa pwedeng gawing online yan. So kailangan andun ka physically para for your client. Kasi syempre for the haircut, di ba? Number 2, events. So ngayon, ang events, before the pandemic, ang events is physically present. Okay? But now, pwedeng hybrid. Okay? Pwedeng online, pwedeng may physical. Okay? Now, based on my experience, kapag ang event ay isang online, kumbaga yung audience interaction is very, very minimal or kokonti lang. Okay? So, mas preferred pa rin ng mga sponsors or advertiser to do it physically. Okay? So, mas preferred nila is yung offline or yung physical event. Now, the next one is the doctor's consultation. Pwedeng hybrid din siya. Bakit? Kasi doctor's consultation, you can do that. For example, nandito ka sa Philippines, tapos yung patient mo is nasa abroad, you can do it online for the consultation. Kaya lang, iba pa rin kapag nandito yung pasyente. Okay? Mas nati-check mo ng mabuti, di ba? Mas nakakausap mo ng maayos, di ba? And at the same time, iba yung interaction, may tawag dito, kumbaga personal or eye to eye, 'di ba? Eye to eye yung consultation sa iyo. Kumbaga merong familiarity. Kailangan kasi yung pasyente mo at ease sa iyo para hindi siya kinakabahan, hindi siya yung ano bang tawag, nahihiya, 'di ba? So sasabihin niya lahat kung ano yung kanyang nararamdaman with regards to sa kanyang sakit. So of course, they preferred pa rin yung physical. Okay, nandun yung pasyente, eye to eye. Now, the dental services. Dental services, pwedeng hybrid. Unless kung di ba, magpapa-dental services ka. Like for example, magpapabunot ka ng ipin, hindi naman pwedeng online yan. Magpapapasta ka, hindi rin pwedeng online yan. You should be physical. Okay? O, like for example, mga law offices, like notary public. Of course, ang sa services ng law offices, syempre hindi rin po pwedeng maging online kasi, or of course siguro booking or let's say setting an appointment, pwede. But for other paperworks, hindi rin pwede. So kailangan pa rin, andun pa rin, may physical, kumbaga physical approach pa rin ito. So, there are some businesses okay, that work a lot better online. So may mga ibang businesses na mas preferred nila or mas gumagana sila pagdating sa online. So at saka nakakapag-sell sila ng mas marami, okay? So like for example, this one, if your businesses sells really big tickets in terms like airplanes, for example, boats, or industrial machinery, that you can expect to make a lot more sales online than you ever could if you simply relied on people walking through the door of your offline sales office. So the available market of people wanting to buy such things is comparatively small and widely, dispersed. Advertising your product online means you can reach this market more easily and effectively. Okay. So, of course, hindi naman lahat kasi ng businesses mag-fit sa kumbaga dun sa sinasabi nating online businesses and offline businesses. For example na lang, lahat ng mga businesses na patok online, okay? Example, para lang maintindihan ninyo ng mga viewers natin, like for example, mga food chain. Hindi lang ako pwedeng mag-mention ng mga names kasi advertising na po yun, guys, okay? Food chain, for example, patok yan sa online kasi by ordering, di ba? By ordering, pwedeng online. Kumbaga, it's just one click of your finger. Okay? Clothing apparel, appliances, pwede mo yan ordering online. Gadgets, okay, makeup, courier services, ano pa ba, tutorial services, like this, online broadcasting dito sa Margo TV. So, pwede yang online, okay? Like for example, ito namang offline businesses usually operate on the fixed hours. Ang advantage kasi ng, for example, ng online businesses, di ba? Kapag online ka, you are always open 24/7. Okay? So pwede kang pa-order or you can also take orders 24/7. Yun nga lang, kailangan syempre may karelyebo ka. Okay? So kung let's say three shifts kayo, dapat tatlo ang tao mo na magre-relyebo dun sa tatlong shift. Kasi you're online, okay? While yung offline naman, it's from 8 a.m. For example lang, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. only. So, kapag yung customer mo, for example, mag-order at after 5 na, she or he has to wait until tomorrow para makapag-order ng food, for example. Kung offline ka, di ba? Or let's say physical store ka lang. Ano ba yung mga physical store nila? Example, yung mga street food. Hindi na, although meron na rin mga street food na online, di ba? Nasa mga TikTokers, ang mga ibang street food vendors. Pero, syempre, yung iba, hindi nakakapag kumbaga hindi sila familiar on online kaya more on physical. So kumbaga like for example magbebenta sila ng kanilang sabihin nating hotdog or fishball or kikiam, 'di ba? Sa mga streets, sidewalks. Pero may certain number of hours lang. For example, from 3 p.m. up to sabihin nating 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. After that, yung kanilang mga valued customers, they have to go back until tomorrow. Kasi kinabukasan na sila ulit babalik. Whereas, kung online ka, 24/7. So, pwede ka mag-chat, di ba? Ano bang means of ordering sa online? Pwedeng through chat, di ba? Pwede ring through text, di ba? Pwedeng through messenger. So, any kind of social media platform, pwede silang mag-order 24/7. Okay, yun ang kagandahan nun. And you get more sales, di ba? Kasi kung ang business mo is online. So now, people have people have more trust with offline business or if ever you have a physical store. Bakit ang mga tao, kapag offline ang business or let's say merong traditional store, mas mas binibigyan nila ng trust o may pagtitiwala sila. Bakit? It's because kagaya ko, for example, pupunta ako sa certain store, for example, or department store, bibili ako ng sapatos or apparel ko or let's say blouses. So yun, makikita ko na kaagad, may inspect ko na kaagad yung merchandise, makikita ko na agad yung quality nung aking binibili, makikita ko na rin yung price, kung may sira o wala, matitest ko kung fit sa akin, 'di ba? So, yun naman ang advantage kapag meron kang physical store or offline business or yung may physical store ka. Now, and also, to add on, in the world of offline business, you don't normally have to worry about losing sales. Why? Because customers don't trust you and you don't normally have to do anything to convince them they should trust you. Ibig sabihin, you don't need to worry kapag meron kang physical store. Bakit? Kasi ako as a client, kung bibili ako sa isang physical store or department store na may physical store, hindi ako mag-worry. Kasi kung let's say merong problema ang binili ko, pwede kong isoli yon. May certain number of days or 7 days or 2 weeks na kailangan mong isoli para to change, not to refund, to change the item. Okay, so ang mga kliyente may trust, 100% may trust sa offline store or yung may physical store. Now, sabi rin dito, trust is the major factor, is a major factor in online business. Ibig sabihin, may trust, may rapport, or especially may after-sales service. Like for example, kung let's say bumili ka ng a certain appliances, for example, washing machine, for example, sa isang appliance store. And of course, tiningnan mo na lahat and all. And then after that, after siguro 3 days of using that, nagkaroon ka ng problema. Hindi na siya gumana. Then since may physical store, alam mo kung saan pwedeng isole. And especially meron silang warranty card, okay? So yon, you don't need to worry na masasayang ang pera ko. No. Kasi meron kang store or let's say department store or appliance store na pwede mong pagsulian nung mismong item na may problem. Okay? And isa yon sa advantage ng merong physical store. Whereas kung let's say online lang siya, ang worry ko lang dyan is, syempre hindi mo alam yung address, di ba? Though may mga online store, meron silang complete address, pero kadalasan, karamihan ng online store, wala silang complete address. And that is, kumbaga, nakaka-worry. Bakit? Kung mag-order ka ng mga items sa kanila, especially gadgets, I remember that was 5 years ago, I ordered a cell phone. I think it's kumbaga a branded cell phone. Hindi ko na i-mention what brand is that. Before I ordered, I checked the specification and all, okay naman. And then I checked the price. Uy, super mura siya. Mababa lang. And then I also checked the reviews. Pero I think 2 lang ang reviews niya. Pero so far, wala namang nakalagay doon na any negative reviews. Kasi isang tip yon guys, pag bumibili kayo sa online store, especially gadgets or let's say appliances, all you have to do is just to check all the reviews. Kailangan at least may 10 reviews sila. Doon sa 10 reviews na yon, if ever merong 1 o 2 na negative, don't buy it. Okay? Don't buy it anymore. Bakit? Kasi kung meron silang 2 negative reviews doon, ibig sabihin may mga problema yung kanilang gadgets. So there will come a time, hindi naman siguro every now and then na merong magiging problema. There will come a time na baka mamaya sa'yo mapunta yung may problem na gadgets o let's say appliances. And you know guys, ang ginawa ko noon, since hindi ko alam kung anong store, saang store siya at isa pa kakabigay ko pa lang, or let's say what they call this, kaka-send ko pa lang yung pera, yung payment, and hindi pa nagla-last for 5 days. Pinuntahan ko na kaagad yung online platform na yon. It's a famous and popular online platform siya. Hanggang ngayon, pinuntahan ko siya somewhere in the GC, and of course, I file a complaint about dun sa cellphone. Kasi nga, when I received that, after 2 days, hindi siya, nag-o-open siya, then after ilang hours, nawala na, hindi na siya mag-open. So, kahit na i-charge mo, hindi pa rin mag-open. Good thing is, nung nag-file ako ng complaint, ang sabi sa akin doon, it's good na hindi pa naka-reach ng 5 days. Kasi kapag naka-reach na ng 5 days, yung binayad ko, mapupunta na doon sa kanilang supplier. And mahirap nang kuhanin yung or i-refund yung pera. Okay? So, good thing na ika-second day, nag-file na kaagad ako ng complaint. And I think nung na-file ko yung complaint, syempre ginawa nila ng kumbaga parang notation yon or note na etong item na to is may problema, yung gadgets na nabili ko, yung cellphone na nabili ko may problema, so forth and so on. And then pinadala ko rin, kasi since in-order mo online, papadala mo rin online. Kumbaga, pinadala ko rin via courier. Okay, and then after ilang days, nabalik yung pera. And dahil sa nadala nga ako sa pag-order ng mga ganyan, gadgets via online, hindi na ako nag-order ng mga gadgets. I really wanted na meron siyang physical store, and doon mismo sa, kumbaga, original store mismo. Kumbaga, for example, ang gumagawa is a certain brand, doon mismo ako bumibili na. And ayoko na ng through online kasi ang hirap eh. Imagine, yung time travel mo papunta dun sa malayo, because I came from Bulacan, tapos pupunta pa ako ng BGC, napakalayo on my part. And then magko-complain pa ako doon, magpa-file ka, so forth and so on. Kumbaga, very tedious, napakarami ng gagawin mo para lang mabalik yung a certain amount na binayad mo doon sa gadget na yon, na instead na iba yung gagawin mo, doon lang naubos yung oras mo. Okay? So that's the reason why others don't want to buy online, kasi yun ang nagiging problem. So yung iba, they prefer usually mga traditional na merong physical store. But for me, as a piece of advice sa inyo guys, sa ating mga viewers na nanonood sa atin ngayon, kapag mga gadgets or appliances, better buy dun mismo sa may physical store. Yung mismo may physical store na, kasi ang hirap kasi kapag yung mismong item nandiyan na sa inyong bahay tapos hindi pala gumagana, 'di ba? Or let's say may nasira or something. Ang hirap eh. Kumbaga, ubos oras. Kasi kailangan mong dalhin sa ganito, kailangan mo i-coordinate, so forth and so on. So siguro for the online, pwede siguro kang mag-order ng food. Yan, food. Kasi wala namang nagiging problem tayo sa food. Ano pa ba? Mga accessories or headband or mga hair accessories. Yung mga ganun na lang. Dresses, see to it, or the shoes, see to it na mag-fit yun sa'yo. Kasi sa online store, yung mga sizes nila, you have to check it out yung sizes. Kasi there are times na yung large nila is yung pala hindi pala mag-fit din sa'yo, kasi yung large size nila is very very small. So kumbaga, iba-iba yung mga sukat. So kailangan you see to it, kung let's say large, for example, pag ako bumibili ako ng blouse sa online, since ako medyo biggie size ako, ang pinipili ko na sizes instead na large is XL. Okay? Kasi pag large, parang medium or small lang yun sa kanila Especially kung yan galing China. Unless kung yan galing US or UK, medyo malalaki ang sizes nila, biggie size. But kung galing China, they are all petite, or Vietnam, they are all petite. So kailangan yung size na pipiliin mo is yung mga XL o double XL na. Okay, para mag-fit dun sa size mo. Okay, unless kung ikaw ay petite. Okay, so yun ang advantage kapag online, kailangan makuha mo yung trust ng client, di ba? Of course, kailangan talaga yung quality ng product or services mo is excellent. Okay, para makuha mo yung trust nila. But for me, yun nga, ang suggestion ko is you better yet buy in a physical store, lalong-lalo na kung gadgets or let's say appliances ang bibiling mo. Okay? Now, for online business, the things that customers are concerned about, okay, ito yung mga concerned ng mga customers natin. They can't normally see or inspect the physical merchandise before purchasing. Of course, 'di ba? Kasi online siya. All you have to do is just to click and click and click, 'di ba? They can't be sure that your business really exists. 'Yan, kagaya niyan, kagaya ng sinabi ko sa inyo kanina. Yung mismong store, wala siyang complete address, okay? So 'yan. Hindi siya kompleto ang address niya. And then pagkapag online, they can't be certain that their transaction will be processed accurately. Isa pa yon. Pwedeng maging palpak. Pwedeng hindi, nag-place ka ng order, tapos hindi naman pala madi-deliver. And then there are certain that you won't charge additional items to them. So, minsan, kasi dun sa online, pag kinlik mo, tapos yun lang nakita mong amount, tapos yun pala may hidden charges. Isa pa yon. And then they don't know if you will honor or if they will honor the money back guarantee. Isa pa yon. But depende siguro dun sa store or dun sa online platform. Like in my case, yun nga, na-refund naman yung naging problem ko dun sa gadget. And last but not the least is they can't be totally sure that what you are offering will suit their needs. So ibig sabihin, minsan pag online, hindi mo rin alam kung masasatisfy ka ba. Like for example, minsan kasi pag online, yung picture ba? Ang tawag doon yung picture, parang naengganyo ka, 'di ba? Kasi maganda. Like example na lang, meron akong binili bag na sa online. Okay, hindi ko na i-mention what kind of platform is that. What kind of social media platform is that. Maganda yung bag and mura. It's only, I think, 150 pesos. Pero maganda siya. Then, when I ordered that, pagdating sa akin, oh my God, parang hindi siya maganda. Parang it's chippy pie na bag. So, syempre, hindi ka naging satisfied. Diba? So, yun ang disadvantage. Now, for the offline business, there are things that you usually need to worry about when buying offline. So, you can help gain their trust. Okay? Number 1, displaying your company, registration, and information. Kasi makikita mo yun dun sa physical store. Providing full contact details, including your actual address, yung complete address makikita mo. Displaying any endorsement that you may have from government or any industrial authorities, and displaying photos and information about the business owner and any key personnel. And of course, hosting the open forum or on at least on a Facebook page where customer can interact with you. Okay? And of course, providing the opportunity to use their third-party payment, like for example, PayPal, GCash, diba? Or PayMaya. So, yan. And of course, kapag offline, medyo malaki ang investment. Alam nyo yan, di ba? Like for example, kung physical food cart, usually nasa 200,000, di ba? Ang kapital. Whereas, sa ngayon, meron na ngayong online franchising wherein you can invest siguro as low as 20,000. Meron ka na kaagad online franchise. Pero syempre, wala siyang physical store. They will just give you a code. And then all you have to do is just to share the code. Encourage your relatives and friends to buy or click the code para dun sila bibili ng ng certain food dun sa food cart business mo. Okay? So, and of course, 'di ba, kapag offline business, need to constantly worry about the crime. Okay? Everything, like for example, isa yun sa mga disadvantage. Like for example, shoplifting, 'di ba? Merong shoplifting usually, nagnanakaw inside the premises. And also they need to have, of course, yung mga expensive insurances to cover the cost, and then some property damages, burglar, 'di ba? And any other public liability. Whereas kapag online naman, all you have to guard is the hacking. Okay? Kapag na-hack yung iyong business, online business, then that's the time na magkakaroon ka ng problem, 'di ba? Yun naman ang pakabantayan mo kapag sa online business. Okay? And ano-ano ba? We are, kumbaga, nasa last part na tayo ng ating program. Ano-ano yung mga easiest online businesses? Okay, imamadaliin na lang natin kasi medyo tight na tayo sa oras. Like for example, the e-commerce store. So starting on e-commerce is really very cheap. Okay, social media marketing, freelance graphic design, freelance writing, ebook writing, ano pa, translator, as a translator, and editing, writing a blog, yan. And ano ba ang advantage and disadvantage of online businesses? So, advantage is the potential to assess in a global market. So, hindi lang dito sa local but also international. Advantage to reduce marketing costs. Kasi kapag online, maliit lang ang cost natin. Advantage to reduce a building overhead. Siyempre, kapag online, konti lang staff natin, di ba? So, advantage to automated systems and resource sharing. Ano naman ang disadvantage ng online business? Potentially lower profit margin. Kasi since na maliit lang ang capital, syempre hindi mo kailangan taasan yung selling price mo. Kailangan maliit din, di ba? And reduce physical interaction. Kapag hindi naman ganun ka tawag dito, kumbaga hindi pa ganun ka popular ang business mo, konti ang interaction ng audience o ng kliyente. Disadvantage on negative reviews. For example, meron kang na-deliver tapos hindi sila satisfied. Of course, may mga negative reviews yan. So that would be a negative on your part, di ba? And then, ano pa ba? 10 online marketing strategies that we can launch right now. Ito yung SEO, or search engine optimization, email marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, and of course, conversion into rate optimization, paid marketing, influencer marketing, and web design. Sino-sino ba yung mga company na, kumbaga, namamayagpag ngayon sa online business? Ito is, kumbaga, random lang po ito. Okay. Number 1 is Amazon. Number 2 is Alphabet. Number 3 is JD.com. And of course, the Meta. Ito yung kung saan tayo nagre-reel sa Facebook. Okay? And what is the best online ideas for the year 2023? Ano ba yung mga online businesses natin? Start your own clothing line. Of course, the apparel. Launch dropshipping businesses. Or sell an art online. Ibig sabihin, your own paintings. For example, your own paintings or original paintings, di ba? Become a freelancer writer or designer or a developer. Teach online or the tutorial services. And then, launch a thrift store, yung mga pre-loved stores, di ba? Or second-hand stores. Or pre-loved items. Publish your own ebook. Okay, or you can also start a blog, diba? Now, the conclusion is that offline businesses are solid and dependable but have limited reach, okay? Yun yung mga physical store natin. Limited lang siya. So, within the area lang siya. Physical store, they can help promote them through advertising. Alam nyo yan, guys. While online businesses have potential massive reach, but massive reach. Ibig sabihin, local and international. Like, for example, now, kagaya nito, online broadcasting. Hindi lang po dito sa Pilipinas ako makikita, but sa buong global. It's global. Okay? So, yung pag-announce ko po ngayon with regards to our topic, which is online franchising, is makikita rin po ako globally. Okay? Yan po ang power ng internet. Okay? Now, to summarize everything to have a successful business online and offline or a hybrid businesses, number 1, the customer have a trust in you. You have a rapport to your customer. And number 3, you should have an after-sales service. Kumbaga yung services mo not only for, kumbaga sa umpisa pa lang just to sell something, pero dapat meron ka ring after-sales service. Para yung mga kliyente mo is pabalik-balik lang, di ba? Kumbaga yung valued clients mo will satisfy you. And not only that, magkakaroon sila ng word of mouth na, si ganito, maganda ang service niyan, diyan ka na lang bumili, diyan ka na lang i-recommend ko siya sa'yo. So, kumbaga, word of mouth is very good. Okay? Very good in advertising. So, anyway guys, I hope marami po sana kayong natutunan dito po sa ating programang Usapang Kabayan at medyo nag-overtime po tayo dahil yun nga po, gusto ko po kasing i-discuss sa inyo ang kagandahan ng online franchising. Ngayon po, nandito na po yan sa Pilipinas ngayon, ang online franchising. Actually, ang online franchising ay popular na po yan abroad. But now, may kumpanya po sa ngayon dito sa Pilipinas na they are introducing the online franchising. Ibig sabihin, wala po siyang physical store. It's only a code. Pero, very minimal lang po ang kanilang kapital na i-invest mo, and then, isa pa pong kagandahan nun is pwede pa po ninyong ipamana sa iyong anak, sa iyong apo, sa iyong relative, di ba? So, yun ang kagandahan po nun, yung online franchising. And by the way, I would like to thank all of you guys for listening and watching my program, Usapang Kabayan, and of course, to our overall in charge, Miss Juvie de Guzman, and of course, to our technician, JD, thank you so much. And sa lahat po na bumubuo po ng Margo TV Philippines and Usapang Kabayan, ako po ay mag-iiwan ng isang makahulugang kasabihan. We spread news, good ideas, through screens and online broadcasting. And by the way guys, ito pong muli si Shane Pe, bumabati po sa inyong muli ng magandang or good morning nights to all of you guys kasi since napapanood po tayo not only Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao but also worldwide. And magkikita po tayong muli next week, same day, same time dito po sa ating programang Usapang Kabayan. And by the way guys, don't forget to like our social media pages dito po sa Margo TV Philippines, ang Facebook page po namin, Margo TV Philippines, and YouTube channel. And of course, sa partner natin, the Philippine Event News TV, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe po ang kanilang Facebook page and of course their YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much guys and God bless. I love you all.
Live from Quezon City, Philippines, your news, current affairs, and public service channel, Margo TV Philippines, live